It says that we're live. Okay, we are live. This is St. Patrick's Day. This is March the 17th, 2023. It is a day where everybody wants to claim that they are Irish. And AJ will be joining me in just a moment.
Hang on, re-say everything.
AJ is yelling at me. We didn't plan this.
Everything you just said, re-say it.
I'm getting directions off camera from my child. We didn't plan this very well. AJ and I have not gone live together in probably a year and a half. Do you want me to introduce you? Anyway, I'm not sure why AJ is yelling to me offset here. He's trying to do a screen recording on my channel so that I can later put my channel.
Re-say everything. Re-say everything. Do you not see my chat up to the side? Re-say everything. Starting now.
Okay, well, I am getting directed offset. Today is indeed St. Patrick's Day. Today is March the 17th, 2023. And AJ is trying to set up, AJ is in a different room. And he is trying to set up on my Galatians 2:20. It's my channel, Ruthie B. Galatians 2:20. Christ lives in me. And he is trying to set that up to do a screen recording so that we can record the live for my channel. Now, AJ, when can you come in here and join me? We didn't plan this very well. Stephen is usually the one that goes live, and Stephen is usually the one that sets everything up. But I told AJ this morning, said, let's do a live for St. Patrick's Day. So, AJ, are you still in the next room? Okay, well, I guess I will start without him. You can clearly see that I am wearing green, and I have on a green turtleneck, a green little sweater, and I have on green jewelry in honor of St. Patrick's Day. And the reason why we wanted to do this today, AJ was sick today from school. He was not able to go to school today. AJ has strep throat. And so I told him that we were going to be spending the day. Oh, okay. Well, hi, Charlene. You'll have to spell your name out. I see I have Charlene. And I see that I earlier didn't spell your name right. So thank you for joining us. So if you want to spell your name correctly for me, that would be nice. So anyway, AJ has strep throat and he was not able to go to school today. I had to check him out of school yesterday and take him to the doctor. He had a 104-degree temperature. 104 degrees, when I have been told that at 106 degrees you can start going and having brain damage at 106 degrees. So the school nurse called me. He was fine. AJ was fine yesterday at 6:30 when I put him on the bus. He was just fine. And I put him on the bus, and then at 6:30 in the morning, and the bus driver said that he was quiet, but he wasn't really loud. And at 10:30, the nurse called me at 10:30 and said, AJ has a 104-degree temperature. You need to come get him from school. And not only that, but you also probably need to get him into the doctor's office, for which I did. And so I found out he has strep throat, and he was very disappointed to know that he was going to be missing school today because today is St. Patrick's Day. And are you ready to come in?
Yes. Have you not seen my chat? I don't know if Mom is gonna do the screen chat replay.
I don't know, but we do have Miss Charlene.
Hit got it.
What are you talking about?
This.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't know if
As you can see, he's okay now. Even though he has strep throat, he's okay now.
I don't know if Mom is gonna have the chat replay on, but you can see, like you said, that he's in another room. I heard that. I'm like, in my bedroom.
Oh, okay. Yeah, AJ was chatting as me. If you're looking at the live chat, can they see the live chat?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, somebody says that they were sorry that you were sick. Okay, so all of the live chat from the Ruthie B, that was AJ setting me up in another room. That's AJ talking through my channel. But yes, even though he looks like he's the picture of health now, praise the Lord.
That's only because we have the fancy lighting on.
What's wrong? Oh, somebody says that the light's messing up? What? What's wrong? Anyway,
we have the fancy lighting on. See
what's AJ?
See our little lighting system?
Okay. We're not prepared. Okay? Stop messing with the lighting. Stop messing with the lighting. Could you please? Now it's too dark. And we're supposed to be professional YouTubers. So even though he is okay now, yesterday he was quite sick. All right, we need to stop with the lighting. AJ's playing with the lighting.
I'm working on it.
Oh, Hansel's joining us. Yes, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Is this good?
I think the lighting.
Everybody in chat, please tell us if this is a good enough light.
I think that there's too much light. You need to adjust that.
That's
better? That's better. I don't have a big old white shadow on my face. That's better. So Hansel von Ferrick is here, so that's nice. And Hansel was our very first he was our 1,000th subscriber to our channel, and now we have over 3,400 subscribers. So yes, I see. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Do you have your green on? I hope that those of you that are joining us for this live feed have your green on. We certainly did our part today, AJ. We certainly did our part to have our green on, and I love wearing green. And I have hazel eyes, and so when I wear green, it makes my eyes look more hazel or more green when I wear green. But I had to do some homeschooling with AJ today since he was not at school today, and he said he was very sad about missing the St. Patrick's Day party. Since he wasn't at school because he was sick, he said, I'm very sad that I'm going to be, well, your exact words were, that's too bad.
No, I said, that's a shame that I won't be able to go to the party tomorrow. Because I said this yesterday.
And what would the party have included? All kinds of green icing, green cupcakes. What would your St. Patrick's Day party have been? At school, what would it have been? Stop spinning the seat, AJ.
Snacks, candy, meal, extra meal. That was actually decent compared to the school lunch.
So you would have had a St. Patrick's Day party at school where you probably would have had cupcakes with green icing and leprechauns.
You know I don't like cupcakes, so.
Well, anyway.
At least it would have been semi-decent food to the crap I get in the cafeteria.
Stop it. So somebody's asking, so Charlene says, what did you all do for the holiday? Well, nothing except for wearing green. We didn't do anything but put green on. Now, I really do have Irish heritage, and would you please stop playing with me? I really do have Irish heritage. I'm not sure if you, oh, Hansel said you went to church. Oh, did you actually have a church, a special, now you're Catholic, right, Hansel? You go to the Catholic church, and so, would you have had a, oh, yeah. Would you have had a mass, like a St. Patrick's Day mass? Is that how that works for, on St. Patrick's Day for the Catholic Church? Stop it. We're just not prepared. We're not professional. Stephen is the professional life person. So, anyway, that's right. Hansel is Catholic, and this
is the most chat in ages, though. I wonder if it's because everybody's at home.
I don't know. Okay, so you did go to tell me what a St. Patrick's Day Mass is. Since I'm not Catholic, would you kind of in the chat on the side tell me more about the St. Patrick's Day Mass? Uh, I do have Catholic, excuse me, not Catholic. I'm not Catholic. I do have Irish heritage.
What is a St. Patrick's Day Mass?
AJ, stop it. Stop.
Sorry, working on it.
Okay.
So this is what it's pulled up. I know it's probably all backwards.
AJ, get out of the screen.
But look, this is what it's all pulled up. I know it's probably
They can't
all
see
backwards.
that.
Yes, they can.
No, AJ, get off the screen.
I know that it's probably all backwards, but
okay. All right. But since AJ was home today,
let us know if it's backwards.
Since AJ
Oh, he says yes, that is correct.
Since AJ, basically it's a regular Catholic traditional Latin Mass.
Thank you, Hansel.
That's Mr. Hansel to you. You know how I feel about titles of respect. So, so do you understand Latin? Hansel, do you understand Latin? Are you proficient in all the church Latin? Oh, he says some. Okay. Well, so because AJ was home from school today, we learned a lot about St. Patrick, about Ireland, about leprechauns and pots of gold and all those things associated with St. Patrick's Day.
Hey guys, everybody, look! Tober wants to say hi.
Oh my goodness, we're bringing a cat on now.
Tober wants to say hi.
This cat's name is October. Even though we are in March, this cat's name is October.
Yes, we have two cats, October and Joy Boy. Joy Boy is outside right now. October just came in from being outside.
Okay. As you can see, he likes the cat. Mr. Hansel likes the cat. As you can see, we are just totally not prepared. We're not scripted. I have a ADH boy running in and out of the room that's totally unscripted. When Stephen is home, he does much better about getting our lives together. Speaking about Stephen picked up a load today in Houston, Texas. So that's where he has been. He is in Houston, Texas, and oh, thank you. That's comforting. AJ Hansel says, well, that's what live streams are about. That's right. They're not scripted. And it's a way for us to interact with our subscribers and general audience because, yeah, for fun. So you can see that's why I don't do lives, because I'm very good about editing and I can edit out boo-boos and I can edit out things that I'm not comfortable with and embarrassed about kids running in and out of here, bringing in cats and looking up things on Google when we're trying to have a live. And he was supposed to be here right with me, and my partner in crime has disappeared. So anyway, Stephen is not joining us today because he was in Houston. He still is in Houston. He got loaded up and he is going to be going to Oregon. And so he's going to be going on the other side of the country. And all the way up to below Washington State. And he hasn't been up to Oregon and Washington area in a very long time. But the load paid decent enough and it paid well enough for him to do that. So that's what he has going on. And he put up a short today on our channel about him getting loaded up in Houston. He put up a little short about that. I am missing in action my child who was supposed to be here with me to keep our conversation going. And I asked AJ earlier today if he knew where to find Ireland on the globe, and he did not, which made me really sad about teaching geography to our kids in the school. I don't even think they even teach geography in school anymore. But he did not realize that Ireland is up next to the United Kingdom, up to Great Britain. So we found AJ. So that's the ADHD. That's the ADHD of him running back and forth, the hyperactivity. Um, so we found Great Britain on the globe. What are you doing? What are you doing? We found Great Britain on the globe, and we found that, and then Ireland, of course, is right next to it. And so this island right here, island nation is Ireland. And AJ, let's get into the real meat of why we are doing this live to discuss some things about St. Patrick's Day. Sit down.
Hang on, I kind of think it'd be fun to interact with you through the chat, so I'll just watch you on film.
No,
Yes!
that's not what we planned.
Oh.
You come closer. That's not what we planned. We planned to do this together to talk about. Hi, I'm Caleb's brother, Carson King. Well, hi, Carson King. Oh, and Charlene, welcome back. Oh, well, we're getting the longer, I guess we've been going for 16 minutes now, basically running our mouth. So the longer we're on, the more people we're going to have watching us. Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Charlene. So, AJ, you found Ireland, and what is Ireland's nickname?
What did my comment not come through? Hang on.
What do you, AJ?
I'm trying to find it.
No.
Okay, my comment did not come through.
Hey, no, I said no. I am being abandoned. My partner in crime is jumping ship here. This morning when we woke up, he said, let's do a live together. Me and you, Mom. Let's do a live about St. Patrick's Day. So we planned to wear our green, and we planned to talk about Ireland and what we learned about St. Patrick's Day. And now AJ has abandoned me. And see, he's working my phone. If you see comments coming through my channel, on my own specific YouTube channel that's different from the Big Belly's channel, it's Ruthie B. Howard Galatians 2:20. So AJ is watching me on my YouTube channel in a different room and wants to try to make comments as me. So if you see, oh, very good. Thank you for asking the question. What do you know about Ireland? I want to know. Ha ha. So AJ and I spent some time today watching all kinds of videos about, there's AJ's. I'm not sure if you all can see it. All those emojis coming up. AJ types. Now he's typing as me. He's like, yeah, sure, we're not professionals. Yeah, right. And then he has all of these emojis. Okay, you need to quit it. Okay, we're kind of losing people's interest. We had 6, and now we're down to 2 people. So you need to quit that. You're distracting. So stop, AJ. Stop.
Yeah, that's correct. True, AJ. That's about me. I'm outright chaos.
I said to stop.
I am pure chaos. That's about how I'm gonna get it.
Yeah. So anyway, so thank you for somebody actually wants to know what we learned about Ireland today. So AJ, why is Ireland called the Green Isle?
Because of its green color to it.
Because it rains quite a bit. It's very, very rainy in Ireland, and all through the year. I mean, like it has a perpetual rainy season, Charlene. It has a rainy season, and therefore the fields are always green. They stay green, and of course, Ireland is an island nation.
Hansel, are you still here?
Ireland is an island nation, and so it's called the Green Isle. Oh, look, he answered you. Well, look, AJ, people are losing interest because you keep going back from one room to another, and you can't stay focused. We started out. I took notes. My country also rains all year round too. Remind me. I apologize very much. I apologize, but could you please, Charlene, remind me what country you are in? I'm sorry, I can't recall right now. And do you have a nickname to your country, just like Ireland is called the Green Isle? Oh, whoever Beto is, well, happy St. Patrick's Day, Beto. Am I saying that right? Beto.
Hang on.
Stay in the room this time.
Okay, well, can I use the chat over here because we can chat with the other people through our own account? So can I use the chat over here while you're talking?
So AJ wants to keep up with the chat. If you
you take on the main video, I do the chatting.
Okay, so if you get a misspelled chat or a misspelled reply, it's because AJ is handling.
Sorry, I don't know how to spell that well.
So AJ says that he's going to do the chat. And he can't even type.
Not that well, but I can.
So he's doing hunting and pecking. Okay, so we started out talking about Ireland by finding out I had forgot, but AJ actually reminded me, which I was very, very blessed that AJ reminded me that, did you know that Belfast, Ireland, which is in Northern Ireland, that, remember, AJ is doing the typing. I'm here talking and AJ's doing the typing.
Yes,
he's just doing hunting and pecking.
Look, I can't type that well, okay? So, yes, I'm coming through with the chat off to the side. Mom's doing the talking.
Okay, so Northern Ireland, Belfast, Ireland is the birthplace.
Somebody left.
Well, you're scaring people off. You're it says reply to me, AJ.
Okay.
Reply to me, and we got a smiley face from Mr. Hansel. I think he's being entertained. I think Mr. Hansel is being very entertained by how scatterbrained this live is going, where we don't have anything planned and whatever happens goes. But the Titanic ship was actually built in Northern Ireland.
Oh, he says, "Yep, LOL."
So, AJ, what is the where was the Titanic ship made?
In Ireland.
Right. So, AJ and I watched videos today about how the Titanic was actually manufactured and made in Ireland. And AJ's just choosing emojis for different people. And if he gets misspelled words, that's on him. That's not on me. He's doing the typing. AJ is. It took 2 years to design the Titanic.
Okay, someone 404, I just sent you a message.
So it took 2 years to design the Titanic, and it took 3 years to build the Titanic. So that was 5 years.
We just lost another person.
Well, of course we're losing people. We can't even get our sentences out. We can't even.
Wait, that's too funny.
We can't even get our sentences out. People are losing interest. We don't have no congruency. We're scatterbrained. So anyway, we started off our day learning about the fact that the Titanic ship was made in Belfast, Ireland. Okay, and we studied. I took notes. Look at that. I took notes about what we studied today on YouTube.
Oh, that's too funny.
Okay, and so we studied about the real St. Patrick, and so I found out that the real St. Patrick was not Irish. Did you know that before we studied that, AJ? The real St. Patrick was not Irish?
No, I usually don't keep up with that.
Okay, well, with Hansel being Catholic, he would have a much better knowledge of, and I say this in tongue in cheek, Hansel. So if I'm sounding silly, I say it tongue in cheek. But we Protestants don't really know, and we wouldn't have the knowledge that a person raised in the Catholic Church would have about the different saints in Catholicism. And so I fail miserably, Hansel. I am just a run-of-the-mill Protestant that loves Jesus but knows very little about the history of the Catholic Church. So
If St. Patrick's Day isn't Irish, then where did it originate from? History behind it, Great Britain.
St. Patrick himself, Miss Charlene, St. Patrick himself was not Irish. He was born in Great Britain.
The holiday is Irish.
The holiday is Irish in honor of his work in Ireland, but he was actually from Britain. And he lived, according to my notes that I took, he lived between the 4th and the 6th century. And he was like a 3rd generation Christian. And I'm trying to answer Charlene's question here. And the estimate, we do not know for sure. Maybe Hansel knows more than I do. But the estimates of his lifespan was from 420 to 490. So you think about, and of course that's AD, obviously. 420 to 490 is when his estimate life was. And also, it's believed that he came to Ireland in 432, and I'm reading from notes that I took. It's believed that he came to Ireland, and well, that would be lovely. Please blow your nose off camera, please. 432 AD. Oh, that's loud. Oh, AJ. Oh, unscripted. Ugh. Unscripted snot blower. His name was not Patrick. His name was, he had a weird name. His name when he was born was Maywin Sukart.
Oh yeah, now everybody say hello to Joy Boy.
Oh, he's bringing in the other cat. This is Joy Boy. AJ? Now AJ's brought in both cats. This is the short hair one.
Hey, boy, Joy.
Okay, I don't think he wants to be on film. Off me. Okay, St. Patrick's birth name was, I'm going to spell it so that you can, his first name was Maewyn, Maywin, Maewyn, Maywin, and the last name was Succat, Succat. So his name was You're making the camera vibrate.
Dang it!
You're making the camera vibrate. Maywin Succat was his name. Can you imagine having a Maywin Succat Day on March the 17th? That just doesn't sound as interesting as St. Patrick. So I'm trying to answer your question, Miss Charlene, about some things that I found out that St. Patrick's birth name was Maywin Succat. That was his name. And that he was 16 years old. Oh, he came from a very rich family. And AJ is misspelling words like crazy over there. If you get a response in chat, it's AJ typing and it's all misspelled. Oh, good. I'm glad that you found that interesting. So we don't have a Maywin Succat Day. We have a. You look crazy.
But you could see the reflection of the screen in my glasses.
St. Patrick's Day.
See that? You can see the reflection of my screen.
So he was 16.
See, look, you can see the reflection of the screen in my glasses.
This is such an unprofessional live. It's not even funny. It's comical. Okay, so anyway, Charlene, Patrick, well, he wasn't called Patrick. Hansel's laughing at us. He was 16 years old. He was 16 years old when he was kidnapped by Irish marauders that came to Britain, and they kidnapped Maywin Succat, and he was enslaved for 6 years. He was a shepherd. He was a slave shepherd boy. So he was made to be a shepherd in slavery. And so from when he was 16 years old. And so for 6 years he was a slave. And then he had a vision. Oh, you're in Florida right now. Oh, you're on vacation in Florida. Oh, he thinks you're a funny kid. Look at that. You're a funny kid.
I saw that.
So it's 6:05 here. You're an hour ahead. I'm glad that AJ is keeping you entertained, I guess. Anyway, getting back to the original intent of our life, which was all about St. Patrick. Oh, it's 7 a.m. Where she's at. You have 605. You typed 605.
Dang it.
So Patrick had a vision that he felt was from God. Now, again, I'm using my cheat sheets that I made notes of when we were watching videos. What is wrong with you? So I don't know what Hansel knows because I wasn't raised in the Catholic Church, but I had to take notes. And anyway, he had a vision from God to run away from his slave master, and if I understand it right, there was a ship that was waiting for him in the vision.
He's looking at my
You are
face.
distracting. Okay, you are so distracting. And anyway, he was able to get on that ship from a vision from God, and he returned to Britain. AJ, you're making this very difficult.
Sorry.
So there's no way I'm gonna be able to share everything that I learned about this. There's just no way. No, okay, there's not. The reason why we so he returned to Ireland as a bishop in the Catholic Church. He had become a bishop. Isn't that correct, Hansel? He had become a bishop, and he returned to Ireland to spread Christianity. You're misspelling. You're
Dang it.
all of the misspelled responses. All of the misspelled responses are from AJ.
Dang it. That reminds me of what Aiden did at school. Dang it. I misspelled field.
So anyway, he returned as a Catholic bishop to Ireland as an adult to try to educate the native people to get them to come to a saving knowledge of Jesus Christ. And he spent 40 plus years in his adulthood converting people to Christianity. And so he was very beloved by the Irish people, very beloved by the Irish people. And it is believed that his death date was March the 17th, 461. That is the general consensus, although it's not for certain. Oh, are you talking directly with Hansel?
Oh yeah, this engage with one of your viewers thing. I just don't use it.
What are you talking about?
You have this thing where you can engage with one of your viewers.
Whoa, okay.
Like start a Q&A.
No. Okay, you're already distracting enough. Okay, you're already distracting enough, and I'm not even being able to share everything that we learned. Okay, now stop. So it is believed that his death date is the March 17th, 461. And now there are a couple of things that AJ and I learned about because I know you can't tell because it's very scatterbrained, but AJ and I learned a lot. That there is a myth about
Hang on, I'm replying to your comment.
There's a myth.
Sub 144.
There is a myth that St. Patrick drove all the snakes out of Ireland. That supposedly there are no snakes in Ireland. Supposedly.
But there was no snakes anyway.
But there have never been any fossils found of any snakes, and so historical scholars are saying that there were never any snakes in Ireland. There was never any native. Now, I want to remind everybody that all the misspelled responses are from AJ.
You've said that so many times.
Because you're just totally misspelling and butchering everything.
Okay.
But there was never any snakes in Ireland. And so, but the legend has it that St. Patrick drove all of the snakes from Ireland. But that's just too funny because supposedly there was never any snakes in Ireland.
Yeah.
Now, the shamrock thing was interesting because the shamrocks weren't,
According to some people, shamrocks aren't even real.
let's see, the whole shamrock thing didn't come until 1727. And supposedly St. Patrick died in 461. But the whole idea of all the shamrocks being associated, that's enough emojis.
Dang it.
The whole shamrock thing came about in 1727. Now you do the math. If he died in 461 and the whole shamrock thing started appearing in 1727, that's over 1,300 years difference from when St. Patrick was died and the whole shamrock. But so there's shamrocks with the 3 leaves are supposed to represent. You're putting way too many emojis in there. Okay, stop it with the emojis. You're just being a distraction, AJ. The 3-leaf clover from the shamrock. Okay, because a standard clover, I guess, is a 4-leaf clover, I guess, or maybe that's the exception. The lucky 4-leaf clover, but the shamrock is supposed to represent the Trinity, the Holy Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And so, don't pick your nose on camera.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're trying to. Yeah, somebody's getting distracted by you. See, look, I kind of get distracted with this AJ. Yeah, I know. He's the king of distraction. I know that. He's distracting from what I'm trying to teach about St. Patrick's.
Well, happy St. Patrick.
Yes, thank you, Hansel, for tuning in. I appreciate it. You go enjoy your Florida vacation. I'm sure this is way overwhelming with AJ. So thank you for joining us for the length of period that you did, and you enjoy your time in Florida. So thank you for joining us. Okay. So anyway, again, the shamrock was supposed to have the Trinitarian, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. But that did not come about until 1727 is when they started doing that. Okay. Interestingly, New York.
Oh yeah, someone 404. I don't know if you saw my response back. I'm fine with that name.
What?
When you said that it's fine for like Charmy or something. I can't pronounce that word. And then I added the emojis, and you're like, oh, okay. So after that, I put I'm fine with that name, which I know I'm probably misspelled it.
Well, it's right there. CHARMINE.
No, I said I'm fine with that name.
Okay.
After you said, oh, okay, I said I'm fine with that name.
This is why I don't do lives with my 10-year-old child. Okay. So anyway, New York.
Wait, you're calling me the name. You're calling me the name that Dad likes to call me by, the generic boy. Dad likes to call me by that. That's funny. That is funny. Someone 404. That is hilarious. Thanks. It's not often I get called by that by anyone except my dad.
Yeah, Steven calls AJ the boy. The boy. Steven calls AJ the boy. How's the boy doing today? Okay, so you've got me so messed up, AJ, and distracted. Okay, so even though St. Patrick's Day is an Irish holiday, interestingly, New York. Now what are you doing?
I'm typing.
New York is New York has the largest parades for St. Patrick's Day. New York does, not Ireland, not anybody in Ireland, because New York is the one that has the largest St. Patrick's Day parade is New York. Now, we came across some very conflicting information, which is very interesting. Do you want them to learn about St. Patrick's Day, or do you want them to see up your nose and see your boogers up your nose? We found two different sources that said that the very first St. Patrick's Day parade, the very first St. Patrick's Day parade, the first one said that it was in Boston in 1737. That Boston had the first St. Patrick's Day parade in 1737. However, another source said that New York had the very first St. Patrick's Day parade in 1762. So Boston in 1737 or New York in 1762. So they're just conflicting information on who had the first St. But the whole idea is that the parade, the St. Patrick's Day parade, is a product of the USA. Okay, interestingly, not of Ireland. Not of Ireland. So the whole parade thing, the whole St. Patrick's Day parade thing came out of Boston and New York, which I thought that was really interesting. And in 1903 is when St. Patrick's Day actually became, AJ, you get back here. Leave the cat alone.
He's my cat.
So St. Patrick's Day actually became a national holiday in 1903. So, and considering that St. Patrick supposedly died in 461 and it did not become a national holiday until 1903, I thought that was very interesting. When Patrick decided to do a lot with the Catholic Church, that's when he changed his name from when earlier I was talking to you about his name being Maewyn Sucrat. And again, I'm going to spell that in case you missed it earlier. Maewyn. Maewyn was the first name. He was born with Maewyn, and his last name was Succat.
What are you doing, Bojo?
Succat. Succat.
What are you doing, Bojo?
And
Where's my brother at? Where's my brother at?
AJ,
Where's October at?
AJ. So in the Catholicism, he changed his name to Patricius, not Patrick, but Patricius. Patricius. Again, it's
What did somewhere 4 say? I can't see it from this far.
So St. Patrick's Day became a national holiday in 1903. Yes, in Ireland. That's right. So thank you. At least you're trying to pay attention to what I'm teaching with AJ in the background. But yes.
Okay, I can leave.
No. 1903 in Ireland is when it became a national holiday.
Okay, I'm gone. You told me I was a distraction. I'm gone.
So his name was he first called himself Patricius, Patricius, and then it was changed later to Patrick, from what I understand. So it went from Patricius to Patrick. Okay, here's another note that I took regarding the snakes. And again, I know this is all very disconcerting. I mean, it's all with all of AJ's antics, I'm all over the place on this stuff. And that is that when it said that St. Patrick drove all of the snakes from Ireland, well, most people assumed that that's what I do in school, paying attention while students are being noisy. Okay, so most people took it literally that he was talking about driving the snakes out of Ireland. Of course, I told you a few minutes ago that Ireland never even had any snakes. But so some people have interpreted it. Okay, so now AJ is chatting on me you'll see my icon come up, and it says Ruthie B, Galatians 2:20. That's in the live chat. And obviously I'm right here. So AJ is impersonating me. So my son is in the next room on my phone impersonating me. So anything that you see that has my name come up is not me, it's my son. And AJ, why are you title telling me? Don't you mean tattle telling? AJ, please stop using my name and putting it in chat. Would you please stop doing that? Okay. Oh, look, AJ, look at that. Charmaine said that I can't wait for AJ to have his own YouTube account when he's a teenager. Well, he'll keep you entertained. That's for sure. Okay, so some people believe that the whole snake thing about driving the snakes out of Ireland was actually not literal. That they believe that the snakes was a direct that they were calling the pagans snakes, and the people that practiced paganism, they believed that that this was a reference to them. So when it said that St. Patrick drove all the snakes out of Ireland, again, most people are saying that that's a literal thing, but then some people are like, well, the snakes means the pagans out of Ireland. So, and that he converted most of Ireland to Catholicism. Okay, so in the title of my video, I said that we really do have Irish heritage, Irish roots, and I wanted to address that. I don't know how much you all know about the Irish potato crop failure.
Give this video a like, everybody. I just got it a like on Mom's account, and now I've noticed that there's absolutely no likes. I am the first like. Everybody, give this video a like.
It says 4 likes. Hey, it says that we have 4 likes right there. It's got.
Well, on your phone it says that I was the first one.
It says 4 likes.
On your phone it says that was first one.
Okay, it says 4 likes. Well, I don't know how much you all are familiar with the very famous Irish potato crop failure. I don't know a whole lot about it. I did not do my homework here. I couldn't give you the exact dates. I did not do my homework and prepare for you the dates of the Great Irish Potato Crop Failure. However, I know that because of this very significant event with the potato blight hitting Ireland, it caused many Irish people to leave Ireland. Again, I want to point out in the live chat, I want to point out that those comments with my name on it are from AJ. I just want to point that out. That is not me responding to my own. My son is impersonating me in the comments. Because of the Irish blight, potato blight, many Irish people came over to the United States because they were starving in Ireland. They were starving, and they had to make a new life for themselves in the United States. And of course, Ellis Island in New York is extremely famous for what immigrants from all over the world got to see when they were first coming off the ships to our country. Is Ellis Island, and then, of course, the Statue of Liberty. Well, my great-great-grandmother, her name was Anna Dotson, D-O-T-S-O-N, Dotson, Anna Dotson, came over on a ship from Ireland because of the Irish potato crop failure. What happened to the people in Ireland back then, that they were starving? Their main crop, Ireland is very famous for their potatoes. sort of like in the United States, of all the states in the United States, uh, Idaho in our country is very, very famous for potatoes. But Ireland, their main crop, and I don't know that if it still is, but their main crop at the turn of the century, in the early turn of the century, was potatoes. And they were experiencing a terrible situation where the potatoes had what they call a potato blight, where they were being destroyed. They were not growing correctly. They had a natural poison to them. They were deadly. They were not growing correctly, and it was causing a great deal of starvation in Ireland, because that was a main food source for them. And many Irish people came to New York, to Ellis Island, and that is where, yes, it is very unfortunate. That is where my so that's two greats, my great grandmother, Anna Dotson, was Irish and came over because of the failing potato crop. So on St. Patrick's Day, everybody around the world likes to say that they have some degree of being Irish. You'll see fun T-shirts that say "Kiss me, I'm Irish." You'll see all kinds of slogans on T-shirts, on hats. I'm Irish, at least on St. Patrick's Day. Everybody wants to be Irish on St. Patrick's Day. But I really, truly do have that Irish connection with my great, two greats. So AJ's third great, but my great grandmother. So I don't know if you do the blood DNA, what that comes down to for me, of exactly how Irish I am. But anyway, so just a fun note that, everybody wants to be Irish on St. Patrick's Day, and we really do have some Irish blood because of the Irish potato crop failure. There was so much that I wanted to take notes of. I took notes of. I have like 4 pages of notes, but we're already like an hour into this. And let's see. We already talked about how Ireland is called the Emerald Isle. I think I might have known at one time that Patrick was kidnapped. I had to remind myself of that.
I control true chats now.
No, what AJ's doing. But anyway, it's nice to know your. Okay, it's about the 1840s that the potato failure, circa about 1840s is when they had the potato crop failure. I'm just looking over my notes here. So if you missed me saying the first part of the video, like I said, I took notes. If you missed me saying at the first part of the video that AJ was sick and missed school today, so I thought that he should have an education today, even if he weren't in school. And so we spent probably a couple hours looking at videos of Ireland and learned about the history of leprechauns, the mythology of leprechauns, and pots of gold and all that. And yeah, he's back at it again. You're right. He's AJ's back at his antics. This is the first time in a long time that I have been brave enough to try to do a live with AJ. And as you can clearly see, it's not going the way I would like for it to go. When we do lives, when Stephen is home and we do lives with Stephen, they are more coherent. We actually have things that we talk about and we stay on topic and we don't get distracted. But with AJ, it's been nothing but chaos. And I don't show my siblings' family on YouTube. But that's probably a good thing. That's some people have questioned why we include AJ since he's just 10. I mean, he'll be 11 in May. And some people have questioned the wisdom of AJ being in our YouTube videos. But I can understand that. I can understand that. But at the same time, he is our only child. And we are a family unit. We have Papa Bear and Mama Bear and Baby Bear. And so being the family unit we are, it would be hard for us to go about our daily business and not include our child. I mean, he's a regular part of our lives. And so it's not like we can really separate ourselves from AJ because he is such an integral part of our family. And it's kind of different, Charmine, than you having your relationship with your siblings, in the sense that I think it'd be easier for you that you separate yourself from your siblings. But at the same time, AJ is our child, and it's just a different type of a relationship. And it's kind of hard to exclude him. And you ask me, okay, AJ's putting in comments from our channel too. And I wish you would stop doing that, AJ. I wish you would stop putting comments in. Anyway, does AJ have grandparents? Well, my father passed away. My earthly father passed away when AJ was 2 years old in 2014. AJ was born in 2012, and my dad died in 2014 when AJ was 2. My mother is still alive, and she lives only about 30 minutes from us. So my mom lives 30 minutes from us, and so he has my mom, my biological mom. My mother was widowed for 5 years, and then she remarried. And so my parents, they were married for 40 years. Both of my dad's grandparents passed away. AJ, I wish you would stop making comments, please, with our AJ. This is your mother speaking. Stop making comments from our YouTube channel. From both of the channels. Stop. My parents were married for 40 years, and then my mom stayed widowed for 5 years, and then she remarried. And so I have a stepfather who did not raise me. He's my stepfather, but he did not raise me. And then Stephen's mother passed away a couple of years ago, and AJ got to meet her one time. And she lived in California, and AJ got to meet her when he was 6. When we went to California. And then Stephen's father is still alive, and he's only met Stephen's father one time. So as far as that's right. Thank you, Charmaine, telling AJ to stop spamming. That's right. You got that right. And AJ is spamming. He is spamming on both my Ruthie B channel, and he is spamming on the Big Belly channel. He's spamming, and yes, you got that right. So stop spamming, AJ. Anyway, so to answer your question, he's got a biological grandfather still living. That's Stephen's dad. And he's got a biological grandmother still living. That's my mom. But Stephen's dad is in California, and he may not really get a chance to see him again anytime before he passes away. But at least he met Stephen's dad one time, and he met Stephen's mom one time, and we have quite the memories of that. So Well, I think that since we've been running for an hour and AJ can't stop spamming, my counter clock says 59 minutes and counting. Well, I think that since we've been running for an hour and AJ can't stop spamming, my counter clock says 59 minutes. Get out of here, okay? Since we've been running for an hour and AJ can't stop spamming, my counter clock says 59 AJ, get out of here. Stop. Look, she says, AJ, control yourself. She says, AJ, control yourself. Well, we're talking about a kid that has autism, and he has attention deficit disorder, ADHD, and he's got ODD, which is oppositional defiance disorder, and so henceforth his defiance. AJ, quit it. Now, we're going to wrap it up. We've been on here for an hour. And we didn't get half of what I wanted to say about Ireland. AJ, oh, you have autism too? Miss Charmaine has autism.
I have the Asperger's.
Yeah, AJ has the Asperger's syndrome on the autism spectrum, and he has ODD, oppositional defiance disorder, and he has ADHD.
The unholy trinity of side effects.
Yes, it's an unholy trinity. So anyway,
as mom likes to call it, the unholy trinity of mental disabilities.
Oh yeah, sure.
Even though we do,
she said that I started speaking properly at age 6 to 7. Wow. Well, AJ also had a speech delay, but you wouldn't know it now. You wouldn't.
Oh
know
yeah,
it.
To quote Wilmeth next door. They're our neighbors. So she was like, when you finally teach him how to talk, you've taught him how to talk, and now he'll never shut up. And now, yeah, that's true. I never shut up, even if it doesn't matter what kind of shutting up it is. Mouthful mode, digital mode, as you guys can see in the chat. No.
Oh, you were diagnosed in 2012. That's the year AJ was born. Was 2012. That's the
May 16th, 2012. I came home.
So in 2 months you'll be 11 years old. Well, Charmaine, earlier when I misspelled your name, I apologize. In an earlier YouTube non-related video, I misspelled your name, and I apologize for that. And you have been the only one that has stood with us. Oh, thank you. That's okay. You have been the only one that has stayed with us for the whole hour and 2 minutes and 17 seconds. So, you've got, that is gross. We can see up your nose. Now, that is gross. You are the only one that has stood with us this whole hour.
And I bet someone 404 is chatting now. I bet.
Her name is Charmaine. Okay, but anyway, and you would know that if you were more attuned to paying attention to the comments. Quit that. So look, see, she's the only one still watching. Okay, AJ, stop. Stop. Get out of the screen. Anyway.
Hey.
So she's been, see, look, stop that, AJ. Nobody wants to see that, AJ. Stop. So Charmaine has been the most consistent one, and I appreciate that. And before AJ can do anything else to destroy this live stream, I'm going to go ahead and end it. I did think I was glad that I wore my green today. So AJ and I both had on our green today. And AJ's spamming again. But anyway, since I know that Charmaine is the only one watching right now, I'm going to say good night. For us, it's night. It's 6:40 p.m. On Friday night. Oh, you're wearing black today? She's wearing black today. Well,
no. I mean, Mo. I mean, no.
She's wearing black.
Mo. I mean, no. That's hilarious.
No, it's not. All right. Well, anyway, without further ado, AJ, would you please stop? And I'm not going to do a live stream with you anytime soon. Oh, good. Good evening to both of you. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. And I don't intend on doing a live stream solo without Steven, with AJ anytime soon. Again, I just don't intend on doing that. It's not going to happen. So, and I wonder why. Look, she said you're rolling your eyes, and she doesn't appreciate that. And we see a booger up your nose too. Now stop. All right. So again, thank you for joining us, and that you stuck with us for the whole hour.
Speaking of misspells,
No,
Z.
we're closing it out. Okay. So we're saying goodbye. We're saying happy St. Patrick's Day.
Speaking of misspells, I said mo, and then I'm like, oh man, I meant no.
Okay. So thank you for joining us, and I hope that you had a great St. Patrick's Day, and don't look for another live with Ruthie and AJ
Soon.
soon. Not going to happen.
Bye!